Hi, everybody. We are here. Hello, hello. Um, we are doing something different than what we were planning, but I think it's pretty cool. Uh, we're going to talk about a couple of the Great Lakes here in the awesome, wonderful state of Michigan. Okay. So,
I know nothing about. So
this is true. Oh, and by the way, I'm Amy Warrior Princess. Welcome to my castle. And this lovely lady over here
point
is
the other direction.
I am I'm pointing
Point
at
the
you.
other direction.
No,
No,
I'm pointing. Yes, I am.
it's backwards on
No,
the screen. It's
this
back.
way I'm
There you go.
pointing.
Now you're pointing at me.
Well, because I the way I'm looking, I'm pointing right at you.
Yeah,
You,
you
you-
got to go. You got to go the opposite for it to look. It's like a
oh,
mirror. It's screwy as hell. That's
okay.
why you see a lot of us going. I don't know. They're somewhere that way.
There, other. I don't know. But this is Shari, Voices from the Swamp. Thank you so much for
Howdy,
coming.
howdy.
Hi. And today we are doing Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. Okay.
This is Monthly Mysteries with Amy and Shari.
Yep.
Is the
See,
name
we're
of our little show.
yes. We're just like
Amy's out of practice, so we just got to be patient.
sorry.
She'll figure it out in a minute.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I'll get into it again, I promise. Um so oh hey Coyote. What's up? Welcome
Hey,
to the show.
Coyote.
Um if you didn't hear me, we are doing the weird stuff that's going on with Lake Superior and Lake Michigan here at our wonderful, awesome, beautiful state of Michigan. So, and there she is disappearing again.
Nope, I dropped cards that time.
Oh,
It
okay. I
wasn't the
thought you were
top
pulling up your
over there.
socks again. Um,
No, I legitimately dropped cards that time.
okay. But
I have
which
very
lake?
limited space of where I can shuffle and handle the cards. I'm like locked into this little like 2 by 2 foot squared space in front of me, but it comes in at it at an angle where the desk meets from both ends. So I'm
Uh,
trying to shuffle over a hole.
oh,
If I'm not careful, they'll go right
right
down
down the
below me.
hole.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
down the hole.
So
I need
what
to rearrange my room, and I just haven't had
had the
time to.
time or the energy?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to do it over Christmas break because I have 2 weeks off,
Oh,
and
ooh,
so that
that's
way
handy.
I can get it done during
Yeah.
a weekday because it's hard to get it done on the weekend because my son works on weekends and I can't do the physicality of it myself. All I can do is point and say I want this piece here and this piece here, and
Yeah,
I'm
and the
I've
guys will
been
take care of
relegated
it.
to being the pointer
Yeah.
now. I'm no longer able to do the actual moving and shuffling. I'm tired of looking at my double chin.
True.
So I
Oh,
took my cards
Kathy's
out.
here.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Uh,
Um, I told her what you asked me earlier, and we're gonna make as an exception once on the show. We will help you with your question. Um, I already know what it is. Uh,
I do not.
huh?
I said, I do not. I know you were saying what it was, but my brain just like went into lock freeze mode. So this is head cold medicine. Y'all forgive me. I'm like, you could say something to me, and 5 seconds later, I'm going, huh? What?
What?
I
You,
hear you, but it's like it's not processing. I mean,
yeah.
my boss had to come in like 3 times to the office this morning and be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, I'm getting it together." He's like, "Okay," and he turns around and walks off. He walked in once when I was doing this number at the desk. Y'all know my face
Yeah,
plant
she
onto
does
the
the face
desktop.
plant.
I was in the middle of doing that when he walked in. He's like, "Are you all right?" I said, I'm falling asleep. He's like, did you not get any sleep again last night? I said, no, I did. But so this medicine's just wiping me out. He's like, oh yeah.
Hey,
He
hey,
says, I get it.
Divine, how you doing? Um, we are going to
Hi,
do a one.
Rasheen.
We're
So
doing a
yeah,
one time. What
oh, I was
we are
gonna
doing a
say,
one time thing to help Kathy out, and then we'll go to our stories. So, Kathy is having some home issues, and she's going to be homeless. And um, is
been
she
there,
going?
done that.
Yeah. And she has a disabled son. So she wants to know, you know,
I didn't have that.
and true. And she's, is she gonna
Yeah.
find find a place to live? And you're welcome, Kathy. Um,
I was single with my boyfriend when
at
we
the
were home.
time.
We lived in our car on the side of the road. Fortunately, it was summertime and it was Florida. Back before it became Florida, you know.
Lord,
Yeah.
duh.
Uh, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I mean, at least we weren't in Michigan with the threat of snow happening anytime soon.
True,
Uh,
because that's bad.
and we didn't have children with us. You know, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, we were both in our 20s, so yeah. But it's scary
Yeah.
when that's something that you're looking at. It's not a
Not a fun thing.
no, it's not. It's. I'm hearing you're going to be okay.
Same.
All right, that's what they said to me. You're going to be okay. Maybe a little rocky in the beginning, but in
You're
the
getting
end,
the
you're going
same
to be
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Check with some of the local shelters and make sure that there's not one with an opening. Um, I mean, you could call today and they're like, no, we're full, and then call back tomorrow and like, yeah, we've got a spot.
Yeah, I can change that
So
quickly.
make that a daily thing. Yeah, because you never know when someone's going to have something open up and they're able to up and go, and then that leaves a slot for someone else to come in. Um,
And then maybe they can give you the resources to find a place.
well, and that's what most of the shelters do. They'll help you if you don't have um, childcare. They'll help you find childcare. Um, if I mean, you're lucky Michigan is still a blue state, so y'all probably have opportunities to help people in need far better than where I'm at, which is a red MAGA state. And our governor can't move fast enough to cut crap out from under us. He doesn't care. Um,
Yeah. I don't remember
so,
where Kathy said she lived, but I don't think she lives that far away from Michigan. Don't think.
well, hopefully it's in a. Okay, don't think like that, Kathy. You not necessarily will lose your son. If you go into a shelter, they have contingencies for that because they're used to women having to come in with their
Mhm.
kids.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 women are showing up. They got their babies, you know, under their arms or
In a
tagging
car
at their,
seat.
hanging onto their shirt tails, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
and so part of the services that most of them provide, it just depends on the state you're in. They will
Yeah.
they will help you with childcare to find affordable childcare. They'll help you with a job. They'll help you with getting the right clothes to go get a job if you don't have
Oh,
like
she is in
business
Michigan.
attire. Oh,
She
okay. She is in
is in
Michigan.
Michigan.
That's a good thing. It doesn't matter how small or big the town is.
Yeah.
You may get moved to another town. I mean, because there's a shelter not in your town, but maybe two towns over. That could happen. So
Mhm.
but most of them will help you get counseling,
Mm-hmm.
um, personal and family counseling. Uh, they will help you find the proper childcare for your child. They will help you find a job if you don't have a job, or find a better job if you're working at a really crappy one. They will help you with clothing to wear, like if say all you have is a couple of pair of jeans and a couple of t-shirts, and you've got an opportunity for an office job. There are people that donate
What you
casual
need.
business
Mm-hmm.
attire that then you can use to go on an interview, or a couple of outfits to get you through the first, couple of weeks until you get a paycheck. They will
Yeah.
help you find a place to live. They will know all the proper departments to contact for assistance. Um, they will help you with applying for SNAP benefits
Yeah.
and Medicaid benefits. And yeah, what you got there?
Page of page of treasures, which means to me, I go by the look of the card, not what it necessarily means. But the page of treasures, and he's holding a treasure, which tells me you're going to find a place. You know, you're going to find something. It might take a little bit, but if you go to find a shelter, they'll be like, "Hey, we'll help you." They will.
Yeah, it's that's what they're designed for. They're just those shelters are set up and are usually through fundraising and whatnot. They'll
Oh,
have money and or clothing and
ten
or
of pearls.
toys.
Look at
There
that.
you go.
There's your house, trailer, house, whatever, apartment, whatever you find. Oh, sorry, Divine, but we only did this one question because Kathy was really worried. Um, we don't usually do this on this show because we're monthly mysteries. This is a monthly mystery show. I feel really bad. But Shari does other shows, I think, where she answers questions like that, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Uh, I will be on 3 times tomorrow. Well, 4 times, but once pre-recorded. Um,
Yeah,
and it'll be a mix up of political, personal,
whatever.
astrological.
It's going to be a grab
Uh,
bag.
yeah, it just depends on which show you click into. But I got one at 4 Central, one at 6 Central, and then the slumber
You're
party at
welcome.
10 o'clock Central. And that's an anything goes. You can ask any kind of question you want to ask.
Yep, there you go.
No barriers. Um,
Yeah. So,
so,
okay. Sorry, did I interrupt
but
something?
just to let you know, Richleen, I'm hearing yes, be patient. So
Okay.
that's what they said to me. Yes, be patient. So hit me tomorrow and we'll see if we can dive a little deeper on that.
You'll get a
Okay.
more in-depth
Um,
answer to that. Um, okay, let's get started. Sorry, I've got a brand new computer and I'm like, um, all right, let's get started. Do you want to do Superior or Michigan first?
well, let me give her, Kathy, her reading here.
Oh,
I'm using a new deck and the cards don't mean exactly the same thing as normal. So I'm taking a moment to kind of look some of them up just to make sure they're not changing meanings on me. Um, I'm using the horror tarot.
oh, I want that one.
And yeah, somebody sent it to me as a gift. I was like, yes. Okay. Okay, this is what I thought I was getting, but I wanted to double check. Sometimes different type of decks will give you like a different meaning than the normal Rider Waite meaning of a tarot card. Sometimes it's exactly what it says. And so there were a couple here that just because the way the artwork is done, I was like, let me look at this one first, just to be sure. Make sure they didn't have, because sometimes they can throw really weird meanings in there. And you're
Mhm.
like,
What?
okay,
Yeah.
don't know where you got that meaning from, but it's your deck, so hey, what do I know? Um, the first card I drew for you was the Nine of Swords. This is pointing out this is your present, your current present. This is people and situations in your life that's making things difficult. And that's exactly what's going on right now. You have
Mhm.
people and situations in your life that are making things difficult, and you're having to scramble and try to figure out how the hell do I get out of this. And uh, then I pulled the Ten of Swords. Now that's talking like feeling like you've been stabbed in the back.
Oh
So
my god, I'm
I don't
gonna,
know
like,
if
die.
it's somebody fell through that had offered help and then pulled back,
Mhm.
or if something was supposed to happen to help you out and then suddenly it dried up and disappeared, but it makes you feel like you've been stabbed in the back.
Ooh.
Um, and then this represents how you're feeling right now as well. Three of Swords.
Mhm.
This is heartbreak. So you're experiencing heartbreak right now because you're stressed. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Everything is very up in the air. God knows I've been there. Oh my God, I have been there. It is so hard when you're going through something like this to be able to not spend all of your time focusing on all the negative things, but trying to turn it around and focus on the positive. That's like the hardest thing to do is just to get that mindset switched around and think about. But then I got the Three of Wands, and that's talking about a new beginning, the start of a new adventure, start of a new beginning. That's um, it's talking about this can bring in a new business project, um, a
Hey,
new
Snapdragon.
a new partnership, maybe with somebody that will offer you a job or have a place where you can stay. Or okay, so keep your eyes, don't
Don't.
focus on all this bad shit. Pardon my French, but don't focus on the bad shit. Leave it alone. Instead, you focus on this,
Yeah.
which is telling you that there are good things coming. There's a new
Mhm.
chance coming, and you just have to focus on that and start manifesting like hell.
Yeah.
And when you're in a bad situation, that's probably one of the hardest things to do because you feel like crap, you're upset, you're worried, you're scared, you're mad, you're sad, you've got all of this crap swirling around inside of you, and you have somebody who's sitting here in their house saying, think about the positive things, and you want to reach out and punch me in the face. I get that. I've been there.
So, yeah,
Just
different
saying,
reason, but
I've been there. So, but it is just something I have learned um, since COVID is how important it is to change that focus to something more positive. Um, COVID hit, my mother had just died. Suddenly, everybody's in lockdown. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. And I was not in a good place. I mean, I was this close to just saying, I'm done, if you get my meaning. That's how bad I was. And I fumbled, stumbled my way into this fantastical community of people telling me it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Just hang in there. It's going to get better. And there were some of them I was ready to reach through the damn monitor and punch in the face because I'm like, it's not getting effing better. I feel like crap.
Mm.
But it took real effort to turn my thoughts around and to start focusing on the positive. And when I started doing that, suddenly little things started changing. And then I finished opening the door fully to my abilities because I had spent the majority of my life pretending that they didn't exist, which, when you live a lie, things aren't going to go right. Um, and the minute I did, things started getting better. Are they perfect? Oh, hell no. Are there days when I still feel like that Three of Swords, like I've been stabbed in the back, like, but you just got to stop, acknowledge it, and then move on from it. And I think that you're going to be surprised. I just feel like there are going to be some people that are going to be there to
Mm-hmm.
help you make those steps, those first steps that are so very difficult to make on your own when you're in this kind of position. Um, so, oh, thank you, Rishlene. I mean, we've all been through crap. God knows,
I
when
thought
my
I was going to be homeless.
yeah, when my husband died, it
Yeah.
was 6 months before I could function. I just
Yeah.
I couldn't process something as simple as writing a check to pay the bills. My
Mm-hmm.
17-year-old son was having to do it for me because I just shut down. I just completely shut down. And it took a while before me to get past it and then realize, all right, you've got a son to take care of, you've got a life to deal with. You're getting ready to graduate and get your degree from college finally after all these flipping years. Pull your shit together. I had to basically punch my own self in the face and say, get it together. Um,
Same.
and I attribute a lot of it to my mom. God knows she'd been through the ringer her whole life. Single parent with two kids on her own in the '60s. I mean, that was unheard of. Um, but she was my rock. Same with my brother. He was my rock. It just uh, I don't think I would have gotten through some of those times if it hadn't been for them. Especially my son. God, he's been the anchor for a lot of my life. I mean, even when he joined the Navy and was gone for 5 years, it was still, I couldn't function a lot of times without hearing his voice telling me, it's okay, mom, you can do this. And that got me through. It just, don't focus on the bad, focus on the good. And it will get better. It will.
And my mom basically raised 3 kids on her own in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with a husband that didn't really want to help out with anything, it was like taking care of 4 kids
Yeah.
on your own. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
she did
Yeah.
it. It was because of my mom that I am who I am,
Oh, absolutely.
and she knows. She
Absolutely.
knows.
Yeah. No.
So, you can do this.
I mean, when I decided to go back to college 15 years after high school, I was petrified. It was my husband that said, what are you scared for? You can do this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and and he saw me through it all the way up until my last semester.
Yay!
He never got to see me graduate. Not physically. I mean, he was there. He saw me graduate, but
Yeah. Is that King?
Hello, Papa.
it's My brother just got home, so it's all the
Oh,
dogs barking and all the noise, and y'all pardon it. Kane, hush. And
sorry about
the
that,
little one
y'all.
starts. The little one starts, and it's like his button gets stuck, and he can't stop barking. Yeah, that's true because he can't hear or see anymore like he could. So
Oh, you're
he's
welcome,
going
Kathy.
blind.
I
He's
hope we made you
deaf,
feel better.
and
I hope we made you feel a little bit better.
that's it.
You know.
Yeah, but I get really good vibes. Same
So
for
do I.
you, Christine. I'm getting really, really good vibes on what you asked. I feel like
Maybe you'll be closer to me.
there you go. You know, you
And
never
what's so
know.
bad about that?
Absolutely. I mean, and just and as corny as this sounds, y'all, and I'm sorry because it does sound so damn egotistically corny, but there are so many lessons we learn when we go through this stuff that when we come out the other side, in a way, we're like, oh, thank you for teaching me this. Thank you for showing me this.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me realize I can do any damn thing I put my mind to. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's just as easy as that.
What my mom did to me, uh, springing that
Yeah.
on me, trying to find a place, it helped prepare me for what we're doing now. Because my brother and I are taking care of a house on our own without my mom here. So, and I'm okay with it. Whereas before I'd be like, what the heck? I can't do this. Well, it's fine now. Right,
Yeah.
Sherry?
Sorry, I had to blow and I didn't want to make y'all have to listen to that
Oh, that's
or
all right.
watch me digging my nose to make sure there weren't any boogers hanging out.
Oh,
Um,
that's great.
yeah,
And
I mean,
okay.
it's me, it's my son. He lives with me. It's my brother. He lives with me. My brother's son. He lives with me. Um, we all live together because we originally all moved in together to take care of my mother, who had severe dementia. And so that was a 10-year journey of going through that and taking care of her. And then after she passed, we decided, well, we've been together this long, and it's a lot cheaper to live together than it is to
Yep.
go separate. And we haven't killed each other yet, so we must be doing something right.
Oh, there have been times when I wanted
Although there
to
are days, man, it's like it's a good thing I don't have a weapon in this house because it
same.
would be really bloody around here.
It's same.
Oh yeah.
Because
It's
guys
like,
are
you're
just
lucky I
difficult.
don't have a gun because I would use it, which is why I don't have weapons in my house. I know my temper. All right,
Yeah.
what was our question? Oh,
Okay. So we better get going to what the show is for. I hope that
yeah,
helps,
I'm telling
Kathy.
you. Yeah,
All right. Do you want to go with Lake Michigan first, or do you want to go with Lake
flip a
Superior?
coin. I don't care. Whichever one you want to do first.
Okay, let's do Lake Michigan. Okay, y'all.
Okay.
As you know, Michigan has 5 Great Lakes,
Oh, that's not
and
true.
two of them they all have like their own spooky dooky, weird, funky crap. Okay,
Hey, I live in a
but
swamp. Tell me about it.
yeah, um, but there are two that have the most spooky dooky, and that's Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. I've been to all of them except for Lake Erie, so I can attest to this. All right, um, and the Edmund Fitzgerald um sunk in Lake Superior. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, the
because there was a storm that
the
came up,
tale of
and it was
Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah,
yeah, the storm was
anybody
worse
that
than it.
grew up in the '70s knows that song by Gordon Lightfoot. I mean, they played on the radio all the time.
Yeah, um, it was a storm, and it wasn't supposed to be that bad, and all of a sudden it just went, and they went down, out of nowhere. It's just. Lake Superior's funky donkey. Um, okay, Lake Michigan. We are known to have our own um Bermuda Triangle in Lake Michigan. Uh, I have been on Lake Michigan, and I've had some close calls. Okay, let me tell you. Um,
Which lake is it by Great Lakes, Michigan? Which lake
there's
is it?
5
What
Great
lake?
Lakes.
I know that, but I mean just outside of Chicago in Great Lakes, Michigan. Which lake is it that's right there where the
Lake
naval base is at?
Lake Erie.
Lake Erie. Okay, that's the
Or
only one
not
I've
Lake
seen.
Erie, not Lake Erie, Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. Okay,
Yeah.
whichever one is right next to the naval base. That's the only lake I've seen in up there out of the five.
Yeah,
And it
Lake
was like
Michigan, there's an
20-minute glimpse as we drove by. I was like, wow, it's really big. Um, and you're talking to somebody who grew up on the ocean, so you know.
yeah, Lake Superior is the biggest. That's why it's called
Yeah,
Superior. um,
yeah.
the biggest, longest, and deepest. Um, but Lake Michigan, I've been on Lake Michigan sailing, and I've had some funky stuff happen. So I know it's true. Um, but Lake Michigan in 1978, I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but she decided to go sailing. It was a nice, sunny, warm day, and she had somebody sailing the ship or steering the boat, and then out of nowhere it starts thundering and raining and lightning, and because there was this fog came out of nowhere, and it started raining, thundering, and the boat started driving itself. And she's like, who's driving the boat? Because the captain was outside with her, and the boat was moving on its own. He's like, nobody's in there. And the boat was literally just going in circles, driving itself.
Did it have
Uh,
sails on it?
no,
Okay,
it was a motorboat. It was
a
one of
motorboat.
those,
Okay,
yeah. And it was driving itself in circles. And he went in there to see if it was stuck. Nope. And then it just the fog left, the thunder and lightning and everything left. It was sunny and hot again, and the boat stopped. So, that kind of stuff. And also, we have boats that sink because of it. We have, case in point, the Edmund Fitzgerald. Um, we have planes that go wonky, and we've had planes that have gone down, and there's wreckage
and I've read
everywhere.
things about people seeing strange lights up above
Yes,
and in the water when they've been out there at night.
yes,
So, you
yes.
know,
It's
the
weird.
ET calling home.
Yeah, and there's things that go on Lake Michigan that do not go on uh, with the Florida one. Um,
The Bermuda Triangle.
yeah, the Florida Triangle.
That's Bermuda. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Bermuda Triangle.
Who were lucky? Who was lucky, Kathy? Um,
I think she's talking about the man and the woman in the boat.
yeah, they were. Yeah, because it could have very easily have sunk. Because the Edmund Fitzgerald was pitching and going in weird, and it just, because it was full and it was going to Chicago, and it just went.
It's full of iron ore.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't exactly light.
No,
So, but they were taking it to
that's good.
Chicago. So they were going back home. and they didn't quite make it. So we nobody knows for sure what it is. I mean, it could be portals, it just could be funky weather, it could be um we don't know, it could be aliens. We don't know. Cuz I've been on a boat on Lake Michigan where it would go where it started to go in circles. And the captain was outside with us. And it
You know,
was
I remember as a kid, I was about maybe about 8 or 9. My brother was a toddler. Uh, uh, my grandparents, we went to some lake there in southeast Texas. It was a little north of us. Uh, and it was they had a like a fishing lodge there. It was a friend of my grandfather's, and they had at the they had rented one of those pull along trailers that we live in for the weekend that we're there. And as we were going to the camp, I remember it started just out of the blue. It started storming and raining so hard that we had to pull over in the car. They
yeah.
couldn't see to drive. I mean, all you could see was lined up cars down the highway because it was coming down so hard and so fast. And by
Hmm.
the time we got to the campsite and went to go back the trailer in and park it in the slot that we were assigned, it was getting dark. Everybody had had a few beers by that point with the adults, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
What'd you do to
and
sleep?
my granddaddy, this little 5 foot tall Cajun man, he gets in his big old pickup truck and he gets that trailer in there, right? Parks it into the slot where they're supposed to go.
Woo!
And 3 days later, we got ready to leave. And there was like where you would connect the trailer to the truck and then pull it out. There was like this huge tree right there, right where it was like, and there were trees along the side. And then there's like this big tree in the middle. And I can remember the men walking around going, well, how the hell did you get it in there with the tree right there? And he was like, the tree wasn't there when we put it in. And the guy from the park was like, well, it had to have been there. Look how big it is. I mean, it was,
Oh, God.
and I can remember
No.
everybody being totally flipped out about the fact that this big old tree, and then we're talking about the big thicket in southeast Texas, y'all. Where's weird shit in the big thicket? Um, and they couldn't figure out how the hell he got that damn trailer backed into that spot when there was like pine trees that kind of like on either side of where the trailer went in. And when they went to pull it out, there's a freaking pine tree right in the middle of the area that he would have backed it into.
Okay.
To this day, no one has ever figured out where the hell that tree came from. It's like, were we in a portal and he parked it before the tree was even there? And then, I mean, that's what I think now today. I mean, at the time, I didn't know anything like that. I was like 8, 9 years old, but I just remember watching the grown-ups just losing their shit over the fact that
Pine tree.
you get it in there with a tree in the middle of the thing. And my my grandfather was like, I'd only had one beer. I was not drunk. I'm telling you, I backed that sucker right in. There was not a tree there. There was a tree there 3 days later. And it wasn't a sapling, it was a full on tree. Yeah, a big old
Wow.
pine tree right there. I to this day we don't know how they did it. What happened? It's just one of those things that you just kind of shrug your shoulders and go, okay,
Yeah, I
you
know,
know.
right?
Um,
You're like what I went through, Divine. It's like I'm glad nothing happened to us in the boat, and she went through the Bermuda Triangle to get to Bermuda, and she's like, "I'm glad we made it home." I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, I can understand now. But I pulled a whole
Alright.
bunch of cards,
Yeah, I'm getting a
and
lot of weird shit here.
the first one I pulled was surveillance, and I'm like, hmm, are there, like Kathy said, a UFO on the water or in the water? I mean, was there somebody watching to see how we react or what would happen? Um, and then I got trapped. I'm like, yeah, they were trapped. They couldn't go anywhere but in a circle, like our boat. Uh, and then these, I was like, weird. It's like, why did I get these? But I got mountains. And I got desert. And then the last one I got was cover up. Now, mountains and desert, that card would make sense with the second one I was going to talk about, maybe.
Lions
But
and tigers and bears, oh my.
I know, right? But it's weird as heck to be on a boat that's driving itself. It's weird as heck. You're like, am I in another dimension? Am I getting ready to die? It's I think there's got to be like it's alien. What I think it's otherworldly. Worldly. It could be, we have aliens in the water, maybe, or maybe there's a portal that opens up every so often, and then people get freaked out. So I don't know. What about you?
All right, I got a handful of like, what the hell? Um, all right, let me look at one more. Uh,
Something got stuck to the bottom of my bottle. It's like, oops.
all right.
Ooh.
That's not what that is.
And I just pulled it off the top, and I got the hermit card. Make that make sense.
Yeah, that's a little a little weird.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm using some new decks tonight, y'all, so bear with me as I try to figure out what some of them mean.
Yeah,
Um,
it could very well be a portal, Divine. I'm just glad we didn't go through one, you know?
yeah,
um, yeah.
okay, okay, all right, well, okay, well, we're gonna start out. The first thing I got was negative impact.
Excuse me.
So
Mm,
whatever it was that was happening around them, they avoided any negative impact from it other than their own mental, what the hell is happening here? But nothing bad happened.
mhm.
So there was no real negative impact except to just be, what the hell is going on around here?
Freaked out. Yeah.
Um, And then I got shadow operation. So is that pointing to an ET thing? Is that pointing to some kind of a government thing going on, and they just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time at the wrong night? Okay, these are just questions leading to more questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I drew spouse partner. So I don't know who this person was who was with her.
It was just
That
a
was
person. She didn't know.
just a boat captain, somebody
Yeah.
to drive the boat. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know why they're showing me this, except maybe to say that in that moment, in that instant, divine source looked at him as being her partner because they were there together. They were going
Yeah.
through it together. The message of whatever was going on may have been meant for her and it may have been meant for him. It may have been meant for both of them. We don't know. Um, and then I got homicide. So
Huh?
that made me think, okay, how does this fit in?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the answer I got was this was meant to cover up a homicide, but it didn't happen because whoever the partner was that was with her was not in on the deal and therefore she was protected. Don't ask me why I got that message, but that's what came across really
Okay.
loud. And I mean, this is just like they're giving me some wild stuff here.
Same.
And
It's
then
like,
I
why
got
did
the
I get
Five of Wands, which is conflict. So there was some kind of conflict going on. Did that storm brew up because it was just a freak of weather and it just happened? Or if you go back to these, did that storm brew up for whatever reason? Somebody knew there was going to be a storm and made sure that she was going to be out there so that they could do what they wanted to do and it would all be covered up because it was like a storm did it. How did I
Oh,
have to do with it? This was a storm that did it. Because then I got the Eight of Cups, and that was her getting the hell out of Dodge when it was over with. So I don't know how long she stayed in that area or if she ever went back out on the water again. But I've got a picture of her literally running away in the forest. So
yeah.
take
But
that as
the same exact thing happened to us though. And this was in the 90s.
there, maybe it's something that the universe puts people through a certain test to see are they going to go down these paths or are they going to be smart enough to get the hell out of Dodge and run away? I'm just getting more questions thrown at me.
Well, it didn't
Yeah,
keep me from
you're
going
right.
back to Lake
Something in the
Michigan.
water. It could have been something in the water. And then I got soul script, a pre-written blueprint. So for whatever reason, they were meant to be on the water on that day for that storm. Her and this other captain, boat captain.
Yeah.
Whoever the message was for, whether it was for one or the other or both of them.
Yeah.
This is telling me that this was meant to be for her to be there when she was there. For whatever reason, she was meant to see this, witness this, be a part of this, as strange as that may sound. And then you throw in all these other weird ass cards, and I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all
Yeah,
got
it's like
me scratching my head.
why
And
did
then
I
the
keep the
last one
mountains card
I
and the
got
deserts
was
card?
Apis Bull, and it says embodied primal force. I had to look this up to find out what the hell she was talking about. Um,
I
and
looked
this
now
is
and
the
you comes
card
up.
from ancient Egyptian mythology, wooded area. There you go. Um, this is from, this comes from Egyptian mythology. Um, it's part of the divine living manifestation
Oh my God.
of Puta, Puta, something.
Puta, which is a
When this
bad
card
Spanish
appears,
word.
your body becomes a channel of sacred force. Okay, let's stop right there. So this was the last card to come up. Yeah, you got spouse partner too. This comes up. This is saying that your body. How did they put it just now? Wait, let me go back. Um, your body becomes a channel of sacred force, and this is the last card to end it all up. So they were there for a reason. There was a reason they were there. There was either something that maybe were downloaded into them and they didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if they ever acted on it and didn't know why they did that weird thing, but they did it because it was just downloaded into their psyche to do so. Or perhaps they were there to provide something for something else coming up. Whether it's an ET, divine source, whatever, there was something within them that was needed. Okay, y'all just call me that shit crazy because these cards are like, whoa.
I'm not, because I've seen it firsthand. You know?
Sorry, there goes the dog again.
Yeah. Don't mind the pups. But I'm not calling you crazy at all, because I've seen it firsthand. And I was just I was just on the shore of Lake Michigan, and I felt its power.
Say that part again. I couldn't hear a word you said.
That's all right. I said I'm not calling you crazy at all, because I've been on the shore, just on the shore, and I felt the power of that lake.
Yeah. Yeah. When you encounter something like that and you're like, what? I mean, that's all that comes out of your mouth is what?
Uh-huh. Except I was
Um,
saying, what the F, what the F, what the F.
yeah, well, I was
Yeah.
trying not to go down that road.
Well, I didn't
I
swear.
cursed enough already today, so it's like try to. Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my brain. Um,
But I didn't swear. I just said F. So
let's see here.
but there's and oh gosh. We'll have to get back to that one at another time then, I guess. But the second one is from Lake Michigan, 1979.
Okay.
And it was a college kid. I think he was like a junior at university. And you know how kids are at that age. He decided to go hiking
You're immortal.
across. Yeah. He decided to go hiking across Lake Michigan when it's nothing. That's back when we had really thick ice. Okay. We don't have that anymore, but back then we did. And this was right before the blizzard, or right after the blizzard. So we had lots of snow, lots of ice. And he just disappeared. He went walking and just disappeared off Lake Michigan. And they thought maybe he fell in, got got stuck in one of the crevices, caves. And they looked and looked, couldn't find anything. Had a funeral, memorial, and then a year and a half later, he comes back. He was like 60, 70 miles away from where he disappeared from. And he was wearing different clothes. And he said all he remembers is walking on Lake Michigan, and then he was where he was. So with different clothes on. And then he found out he was gone for a year and a half. and they thought he was dead.
That alone would be freaky as hell.
So, yeah. Um, can you just you've only been gone for like half an hour to an hour, but you're like 60 miles away, and you're wearing different clothes, and then you get back home and like they're like looking at you like, huh? Because they think you're gone. You know, it's just something. God, can you imagine?
No, I mean, I've lost time before, but not a year and a half.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And as far as he's concerned, he was only gone for a half an hour to an hour. And then wearing different clothes? You're wearing your clothes, and then you looked out and you look down and you're wearing different clothes.
And you're far, far away from where you were.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go home to everybody probably freaking out and passing out and going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah. And he was just walking on the lake, and then boom, there he was.
Really, you have to vacuum at this time of night.
Neighbor?
New neighbor upstairs.
Oh.
And the gentleman is very nice. The wife is, I don't know, weird.
Huh? Why am I getting these? Why am I getting? Huh? The cards are taking me in a weird direction.
Tell me about it.
Oh, Divine said, she said her guides are telling her different dimension.
Yeah, it very much sounds like he probably walked through a portal. And so it only felt like moments to him or a year and a half, you know.
Yeah.
That would be wild as all get out. What?
I mean, and it actually did happen. It's documented. It is documented. It actually did happen. So,
it's happened to a lot of people in
and
this world.
But that's the thing. He was in this dimension, went walking, and then a year and a half later showed up. So maybe he was living in another dimension and didn't realize it. They just erased his mind, maybe?
But just a weird warp. I mean, we know that time is not linear. We know that time loops in and on itself and all around and upside down and inside out. And it probably does things that our little meager human brains can't even comprehend.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what looks like, what the hell to us, somebody that lives in that atmosphere of time movement would be like, yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of weird things in this whole world.
Well, hey, Sylvia. She said, hey, chickadees.
Hi,
I said, hey, Sylvia.
All right.
This is weird is all get out, all weird. These are the God. I'm glad I picked this topic. This is what we live for in this show, right? um, the first one I pulled is
Yeah.
strangulation. Figure this one out. Strangulation. Then I pulled power supply. Then I pulled outer space. And the last one I pulled was neighborhood. Let's try to make this all make sense.
Make it make sense.
It's like, but he doesn't remember. He doesn't, if he was living in an alternate timeline, he doesn't remember any of it. As far as he was concerned, he had just finished being out in the snow and ice, but when he came back, he was wearing summer clothes and couldn't figure out why.
Because obviously wherever he went was summertime.
Yeah. But that's the thing. He can't remember any of it. But I've read stories of people saying, they remember, either or. And he doesn't remember anything.
That may be a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Are you freaking out as much as I am about this?
It is just some is what I get for using new decks.
Oh, the cards. Oh, Richleen is getting new tarot cards and oracle cards tomorrow.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
I got like 6. They were all gifts. My son was like, I didn't know you had money to order things from Amazon. I'm like, I didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't order anything. But I was very pleasantly surprised with what I got. So
Yeah.
I did a little video on it.
I saw.
Okay, I thought I had posted it. I couldn't remember.
But then again, why was he? He had to have been in another dimension, an alternate timeline. But why did they pull him in there and then erase his mind and then have him, come back a year and a half later? Because usually if somebody's in an alternate timeline, they stay where they're at. They don't allow them to come back.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So it's like, what happened?
Okay. Perspective. This is talking about looking at things from a different point of view. You walk through a portal, you're going to be looking at things from a different point of view. And then I got purity surrounds, cleansing the negative energy. Maybe he was taken, zapped, portal whatever you want to call it, to
Beamed up.
beamed up. Yeah, I mean, maybe Scotty did it. Who knows?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and because he was having some kind of negative energy cleansed from him.
True.
What if for whatever reason he had, say, a tumor or something that he didn't know he had? But there's something that he needed to do later in life that was vitally important, or that he needed to be a part of happening to be vitally important, like being the father of a kid or something.
Oh, to answer your question,
To be cleansed.
sorry, I wanted to say this before I forgot. Sorry. Sylvia, to answer your questions, we are focusing on Lake Michigan and Lake Superior here in Michigan, the two most powerful Great Lakes. We covered one story where a woman and the captain of a boat went through some funky crap on this boat. That was the first one. And now we're I can't remember their names for the life of me. Now we're focusing on a college junior went walking on Lake Michigan in the winter, and then disappeared completely for a year and a half, and then came back wearing summer clothes. And for all he knew, he had only been gone for half an hour to 1 hour. And he was 60, 70 miles away from where he went. So, yeah. Oh, goodness. Sip.
Yeah.
Sip.
I just did. There's a cough.
Oh.
It went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So that's what we're trying to figure out.
So I started out with a shift in perspective, looking at the situation from a different point of view or through a different set of eyes. And then I got purity surrounds, cleansing yourself of negative energy. And the question that was popped into my head was, there was something that this young man, or maybe in the life of a child or a grandchild or something, but there was something very negative that had to have been cleansed from him so he survives to fulfill that part of his destiny.
Right.
That was the question they put in my head when I pulled that card. And then I pulled desert. Well, how the hell you get a desert in the middle of a lake? But when you stop and think about it, if you're walking across a frozen lake, which, number one, there's not enough money in this world to get me to do something like that. Sorry, it's just not going to happen because
no.
I don't trust ice to hold me up. So in some respects, it could be like a desert of just wandering, being lost. He went somewhere else,
Yeah.
I mean, that's very much like with EGs and time blips, where somebody can't figure out how they got hundreds of miles away in 5 minutes to discover they've been gone for 5 hours, that kind of thing.
Or a year and a half.
It is. A year and a half in this case. And
but he thought he was dead.
And so this is making me wonder, after the getting rid of this negative energy that he evidently had around him, and then I get a card that says inside. So was he having something cleansed on the inside of him? Was he zapped and put somewhere inside to be safe before they let him back out and he has no memory of it? I mean, God, you can go in so many different directions.
What, in different clothes?
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying that's
I know.
the questions put into my head as I'm looking at the cards. And I'm like, you're supposed to be giving me answers, not more questions.
Uh-huh.
And then I got a difficult decision. So who made the difficult decision? Was it him to go? Was it whoever, whatever, whenever, however that took him that had to make that difficult decision to send him back?
They didn't
I
want to.
mean,
Maybe both of them didn't want to.
that goes up with strained relations.
Yeah.
And so, because when I first pulled these, I was like, what the hell does that mean? But as I look at it, difficult decisions, and then you throw strained relations on top of it. I'm just saying, something somewhere, somebody
Yeah.
didn't want something to happen, and then I got uh, the Eight of Swords, feeling attacked, feeling like they're having to defend themselves, followed by the Page of Cups, which is walking away.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he do? He walked away on that lake, and he didn't come back for a year and a half. What did he walk away from on the other side that brought him back to now, to this side?
And yeah, people might think, oh, maybe he just walked away completely, did it on his own. I'm like, well, why can't he remember anything?
And how did he get his clothes changed?
Yeah, when, as far as he knew, he was only gone for half an hour to 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just really freaky kind of answers to the questions here. Like I said, I'm getting hit with more questions than answers.
Same.
Um,
Lake Michigan is funky, y'all.
Hi, Angel. And
Yeah. Yeah. Lake Michigan is funky, y'all. Man, is it funky.
I live in the swamp, saying, you want to talk about some weird shit? Go take a trip to the swamp at night. I don't go in the swamp at night. I don't even like driving over the bridge over the swamp at night.
No,
I know a lot of people who will postpone their trip to not have to drive over the Atchafalaya in the dark.
Mm-hmm. And don't ever go on any of the Great Lakes at night. Don't ever. Because you are playing Russian roulette with your life if you do that. It's a fact. Because you never know if, because this is funky stuff that happens. You never know if you're going to come home or not.
What the hell?
And I'm not saying anybody's gonna unalive you. I'm just saying funky stuff happens, and you could be there 1 minute and be gone the next. It's just,
Yeah. Sorry, I just had something flash across my news feed.
What?
It caught my eye, and I'm like, wait,
what happened?
What? U.S. Lieutenant General stands up to the current occupant in Hedgehog to state not ICE. Yeah.
Okay.
They screwed up when they called all the big brass in and said, y'all come have a little sit down with us while we prance and dance across the stage and show you who's got the bigger peach.
Yeah. And
that's why they walked into a room and stood in front of a room
like
this.
I'm like, Yeah.
It's
And
the first time in my entire life that I have ever seen a sitting president of the United States walk into a room of military brass and they didn't immediately get to their feet, whether they liked him or not.
mhm,
That's just
mhm.
protocol.
Yep.
I've never seen one of them stood up. Not
I
one
was
of
like,
them
yeah.
clapped. They all sat there stone faced.
I was so agitated and so upset that they picked Quantico of all places because that's where my dad served. That's where I was.
Well, they
I
did it for a reason. It was like I said, they were trying to show the military brass that they had bigger penises than them.
yeah,
And
I was born
what
there
they
too.
showed was that they had,
I was born on
or else
that
they
base.
wouldn't be in that position if they didn't.
Yeah,
Um,
I
anyway, back
was
to what we
born
were
and
talking
lived
about.
on that base. It just that just tarnishes memories for me. You know, I just.
There's so much crap this man has tarnished. It's not even funny anymore.
But the military is standing up to him. Um,
Thank God.
yeah.
That is our saving grace.
And my nephew says he's a staunch MAGA. Okay, he is MAGA, but he will never, ever, ever go against Americans.
Well, what they refuse to see on the other side is that military men, especially men and women who've been in the military for most of their lives and have risen to the top, they did so because they swore an oath to the Constitution, not to a person. And they swore an oath to protect the citizenry.
Right.
And uh, anyway, that's a whole other show.
Yeah,
We'll get
which
into
we could
that
get
another
into.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
So,
do we have enough time to do the last one?
um, yeah, I got about 15 minutes left.
Okay, we can do this. The last one is with Lake Superior, which is the
The
longest,
big one.
yeah, the biggest, longest, deepest lake there is, and that's like way up there. Um, and we have our own Nessie, apparently, in Lake Superior. Um,
That would not surprise me.
yeah, I wouldn't either because Superior is huge. It is huge, and it's big enough to.
Well, these lakes were carved out during the Ice Age.
Mhm,
It was what, 500 million trillion years ago? So
yeah.
lakes, especially Superior. I mean, and I mean, you start getting that deep, are the oceans all interconnected at that depth of a
My guide
level?
just
I
said
mean,
yes.
there you go. I've heard a lot of scientists say yes, that there's some kind of connection that feeds them all into one another.
Yeah, we were all but one big landmass. We were called, I think, not Langara. That starts with a P, but we were all just one big landmass, and we just all. So, but that doesn't mean it goes all the way down. There's space
Well, the thing
underneath.
of it is we only are guessing at what's at the center of the planet. We don't rightfully know because we've never been able to drill that deep, and we don't
Yeah,
have equipment yet that can
but
focus and see that deep.
we're
At least
surrounded
that's
by
how
water, but we're surrounded by water, but that doesn't mean that the landmass goes all the way down
Right.
into the water. We could, there's got to be, like I said, my guide said there's the oceans are connected. They just happen to give them separate names.
Yeah.
So, for all we know, Scotland's Nessie and our Nessie are related.
Yeah, they may just go take vacation from one side to the other.
Yeah. Or maybe they're cousins or nephews and nieces. They're married. And like, I need time away from the hubby.
Um, yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
Ann, what's up? Okay, what the mystery is? This one, we've got Lake Superior here in Michigan. You'll have to catch up. Yeah.
Just go back and watch the beginning.
But this one, Lake Superior.
7 characters, because at least 7 characters flips a switch with the algorithm that will help push it out, and so that gets Amy's channel pushed out.
Because I'm in the process of coming back on. So leave a like, leave a comment that's at least 7 characters long, and promote this
or
show.
just 7 emojis. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at least 7 characters, whether if they're letters or emojis or whatever.
Yeah. It could be
Magic
punctuation. For all I care. It's just, I gotta get back into the swing of stuff, and I'm gonna try to get my channel back out there. And it feels great to be back. So yes, is the plesiosaur or whatever they call them now actually there? Is it something different from a plesiosaur? Oh.
Minecraft cards.
Could it be a plesiosaur, or could it be something different, or
Creature from another planet?
Yeah, we don't know. But I've driven across Lake Superior.
Driven across. They've got bridges that wide.
Yeah. Yep. It's been around, and I know, looking under the water, I know there's something going down, something funky. Funky is the only word that I can think of without being dinged. Wonky, funky. There's just something down there. Nessie Plessy is their pet, and he just comes up for air once in a while.
I got a friend of mine that, as you know, runs a channel that does scripting. I remember he did a show, and this has been several years back, they were talking about one of the lakes and their very own sea creature.
Superior's
I wonder
one
if this
sea
is,
creature.
they called it Betsy or Beck. I don't remember. I'd have to go find that article and look it up again. I don't think it's on YouTube. I think it's on this old blog way back in the day when internet radio was brand new and everybody was like,
"Oh, this is so cool!"
Yeah.
But it's still cool. Huh? The card I just pulled from the top of the deck. That's why I'm like,
There you go.
what the heck?
Maybe it means that if anybody tries to go that deep, it's going to be death for them. Damn it to hell.
She did again.
I'm telling y'all, this cold medicine that I have been taking has got me so loopy headed, and it's like my fingers don't want to work, and I'm dropping cards worse than normal. I apologize.
Oh, we're okay. Oh, you're okay. I've always known that something is down there. I haven't ever seen anything, but I get the feeling like something is down there. Because Lake Superior is up by the upper peninsula, and that is where we have Mackinac Island, and there's a bridge. It's Mackinac Bridge. You go from one landmass to the other landmass. That's Michigan, and because we're in two separate chunks.
Okay, well, hang on.
That's right, and so that's why the bridge is there. I just, yeah, it's just weird. Oh no, is she blowing her nose? I hope you're okay, Shari. But my guide said, yeah, it's just somebody's pet. I was like, what? I was sitting there waiting for you to come.
I had to blow my nose and make sure there wasn't nothing hanging out of it. That's so
yeah,
like, I mean, I just, it's like nobody wants to see that. So I want to make sure it's.
Yeah. I was just sitting here, and all of a sudden my guides were being, I think they were being silly, or maybe they were being serious. I don't know. He goes, yeah, it's somebody's pet. I was like, what? It's like,
no, Kane's asleep. The cats are in the bedroom. They're asleep. Let them stay that way for a while. And
yeah, like, yeah, they're.
All right. So what's the question? Is there necessity?
It's like, is it really there? Is it in my guides? I don't know if my guides were being funny or what. They're like, yeah, they're like, yeah, it's somebody's pet. I'm like, what?
Okay, it's what's there. It very well could be somebody's pet.
I'm like,
I mean, maybe not literally, figuratively, but
maybe there's somebody else down there, and they're like, our Nessie is there. I don't know. It's one of those, what the heck? Why did you put that in my head?
I ask that a lot. They just laugh at me.
Who did?
I said I ask that question a lot, and they just laugh at me. My guy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hanging in there, Sylvia. I'm hanging in there. Things change every so often, and then we just have to adapt. But I'm surviving. I'm doing, and I've lost a total of 100 pounds. My face is getting.
I lost 40, so don't feel bad.
but I didn't think I'd ever lose 100 pounds, but my face is getting thinner and thinner. Um,
That's interesting.
it's but I'll make it. I'll be okay. So, are your cards telling you something?
Uh, yeah, I'm not exactly quite sure what it is they're saying, but um,
Thank you, Richleen. Yeah, 100 pounds. Ugh. If you go back and watch my old videos, you'll see what I mean. My face is like,
yeah. Okay.
my card. I tried with my cards, but my cards are just being funky weird. So I'm just going by what's being flashed in my head. So, and that's when my guides were like, "Oh yeah, it's somebody's pet," and I'm like, "What?"
Okay. Start now.
Uh-huh.
First card out the door, the Magician. So this is somebody, something, some force that is aware, and they have all the tricks of the trade to do what they need to do to make this little thing go zip zap and in and out, and here it's here today and gone tomorrow. I'm just like Magician. And then I got the Ten of Wands, which is uh, just burdensome thinking, I guess. Not a really clear understanding. This is what this particular card is telling me, is just not as clear. It's not an easy answer. It's not a clear answer. There are reasons for
Keeping it hidden.
yeah, there are reasons that we don't need to know at this point in time. Basically is what they're saying to me. And then I got shadow operation. So that's like, okay, is our government involved with this? Or maybe it's an ET government involved with this. Maybe it's several governments involved with this. I'm just saying, we know the ETs are here. We know they've been in touch with people in leadership that can be trusted with the information.
Mm-hmm. And
So that very well could mean shadow operation. They're still operating in the shadows. They're not completely outed yet
no,
because they know that we, the people, are not ready for that information.
most of us aren't. We are,
Well, yeah, but I mean general
but
public.
yeah.
And then I got knowledge withheld, which backs that thought up right there because
Mm-hmm.
okay, if things if there are things happening, things going on that we don't need to know at this point in time, so they're going to withhold that knowledge. And for those who may stumble into that knowledge, they have to be quieted,
Mm-hmm.
if you get my drift.
Yes. Let's hope they don't fall out windows.
And then I pulled hidden. So whatever's down there, they're keeping it hidden for a reason. And for whatever reason, every now and again, it's like, I just got to go to the surface and see who's up there. And here she comes
Yeah.
and gives a little flick of her tail. Hello, how are you? And back down she goes.
Mhm.
And what is that? That's a damn picture of a lizard.
Well,
Can't
isn't
get a
that
focus. All
uh,
right, come on,
okay?
come on, focus, focus. My camera doesn't like to focus when I hold it up too close. It's trying.
It,
It's trying, but it can't do it. Anyway,
yeah,
it's a lizard.
I
And
believe
then
it.
I got justice. I'm like, where the hell did justice come from? But
Yeah.
if they're keeping it hidden and it gets out every now and again, some kind of justice is going to come into play because there are going to be people saying, no, 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 there's nothing down there. Don't be ridiculous. Um,
It's been there for many, many, many millennia, though.
then I got freedom's embrace, um, release from your soul script. So, whatever the reason is that it's there, this is saying that there are times when it's time to release the obligation we have to that soul script. Maybe something else comes along that says, hey, hey, pay attention over here. We're going to show you something and just a little wink and a nod, and then you're going to keep it to yourself. And are we able to do that? No, because we're a
Richie
bunch of
says healing.
blabbermouths down here. We can't keep anything to ourselves. And then the
Well,
last thing I got was truthful insights. Believe as truth. So I think this is just telling us, okay, there are things we don't know, things we don't understand, and suck it up and deal with it.
mhm,
When it's time for us to know what it is, what it means, where it's from, that information will be revealed to us at that time. And
yeah,
until then, we just have to believe, okay, it's there, fine, whatever, move on.
it's been there
Most of us
for
don't like to do
millennia.
that
So,
either. So
yeah,
it's one thing about human beings is we have this pesky little thing called insatiable curiosity. And so when we see something, hear something, know something that we're not supposed to, and that doesn't make complete sense,
yeah.
we go out of our way to figure out how to find out what it is.
Our Nessie or Betsy or whatever her name is,
Whatever the hell
she's
her
been
name
there
is,
for
yeah.
millennia. Okay, she's been there
And maybe
since
that's just a
time.
blink in time for that species,
Yeah.
you know.
So, I mean, and like Richeline said, maybe aliens are watching over her,
That,
keep her
yeah,
safe.
exactly. That's what I've got with, knowledge withheld and um a shadow operation. There are things that we don't need to know until we need to know it.
Same
Deal
with
with it.
Scotland. They've got theirs,
Yeah.
but
And you got people who swear up down on the Bible. They've seen it. They've taken pictures of it. They've been up close and personal to it. And you got other people that will swear on a stack of Bibles that there ain't no such damn thing.
it's just driftwood.
I've been here all my life. I ain't seen crap out there ever.
That's because you don't believe
Okay,
in it.
well, exactly.
But yeah,
And sometimes we don't see or hear because we don't believe.
yeah, it only
It
shows
was
it
not meant for us to see or hear.
true, and it only shows itself
It's
to those who believe in it.
yeah,
So, like I've been seeing UFOs all through Michigan for the last 3 months. Everywhere
yeah,
I go, there they are.
yeah.
And everybody's like, "What? I don't see anything." It's there.
If you're not looking, you're not going to see them.
Yeah, so I see them during the day, I see them at night. It's like they're following me. It's like, "Why me?"
Now just think of it like this: they're just there to protect you.
True, because they know I special.
There you go.
But oh my goodness, this show has been
Richleen
fun.
is saying she's getting aliens from her spirit guides. So yeah, that
Yeah,
that kind of works.
yeah, man, this show has been fun.
It's been different.
I know. You know,
Definitely fun, but it's been different. It's like,
because we
all right,
never
you
know
didn't
what
give
we're
me any
gonna.
damn answers. All you did was give me more questions. So
Yeah, we'll have to do a follow up maybe sometime.
yeah, I was gonna say give it a few months
Do a follow
and
up.
uh and do some kind of follow up on it,
Yeah, because
maybe read up a little bit more on it and see what other information's out there that would help us specify our questions in that direction.
this doesn't ever happen
And
to us. We usually get answers, but not this time.
yeah,
Man, that's
all right,
cool.
very much so. My
Okay,
time's up.
yeah.
I gotta be
Also,
on another show. I gotta go.
yeah, if you if
I'm not on
you
air, but
if you wanna if you have stories or anything of that nature that you would like to share, let one of us know or both of us know, and we can
absolutely.
get you to come on. If you have
Yep.
stories that you would
Just
like
shoot
us
us
to
an
cover,
email or
let us know.
put something in the comments. We read the comments.
Oh yeah.
I don't
We're
always get the chance to answer the comments, but I do read them. And when I read them, I heart them. So that's how you know I've read them. And
yeah, same. Yeah. So thank you. Oh, and if you would like to check out my Amazon wish list, there's a link on my page. Just
there
letting
you
y'all
go.
know. And thank you
Bring an early
everybody.
Christmas to Amy.
Yeah. Thank you. Merry
I
Christmas
had
to
my
me.
early Christmas yesterday. It was like, wow,
Yay!
I had all kinds of cool shit. So, like,
But
hey, this is
thank
cool.
thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody for the support. Thank you for the people who are watching on replay. Thank you
Replay.
so much
Yep.
for showing up.
And please like, subscribe, and share to our channels.
Please do.
Because we need
Don't
it.
you just love it how we're just like answering each other? It's great. You can
Marina
totally.
and I do it to each other all the time. Yeah.
Hmm. So it and then leave a like, leave a subscribe, and leave messages and all that good jazz. And we will be back again next month. The first Friday of every month is when we do this. And
Yep.
we're hoping to
The
eventually
first or is it the
increase.
second?
Huh?
It's the second Friday of every month.
Oh, excuse me. Second Friday
Yeah, I was
every
like,
month.
wait a minute. I think I've got something else already on the first Friday of the month.
Oops, sorry. We're
Yeah,
hoping
second
maybe
Friday of the month.
we're hoping to increase the number of days eventually. Um but right now it's just one day a month. But this is great. Love it. Um so I'm going to go downstairs and have some ice cream, triple fudge ice cream.
I'm gonna go
Uh,
smoke a cigarette and go to the bathroom.
but thank you so much
I'm
again
gonna
for
go pee before I do anything.
thank you everybody for coming. We love you. We appreciate you. And if
Another
it wasn't for
TMI.
you, we wouldn't be here. So
Exactly.
thank you so much. We
Bye,
love you all.
everybody.
Namaste. Bye, everybody.